Hi everyone, Lisa here, and today I want to tell you about a simple but special day when I decided to go to the cinema to watch Zootopia. It wasn't just a normal movie day for me. It was one of those days that start quietly but end with a smile that stays with you much longer than you expect. I remember waking up that morning feeling a little tired after a long week of work, teaching, recording, and talking all day. So I told myself, Lisa, today you need a break, but a fun one. Then suddenly the idea came to my mind, why not go to the cinema and watch an animated movie? And not just any movie, but Zootopia, a film I had heard so much about but never really watched carefully. I got ready slowly, enjoying the calm feeling of having no rush. I chose comfortable clothes, something soft and easy to move in, because I wanted to feel relaxed from the moment I left home. On the way to the cinema, I was already feeling lighter. The city looked different when I wasn't thinking about work or plans. People were walking, chatting, laughing, and I felt like I was part of a simple, happy moment of daily life. When I arrived at the cinema, the smell of popcorn immediately made me smile. I bought a ticket, a small popcorn, and a drink, then walked into the dark, cool theater, feeling excited like a child again. As I sat down and the lights slowly dimmed, I felt that quiet excitement that only a cinema can give you. When Zootopia began, I told myself I would just relax and enjoy the story, but I didn't expect the movie to touch me as much as it did. From the first scenes, I was drawn into the colorful city where animals live like humans, with jobs, dreams, fears, and problems. Judy Hopps, the little rabbit with big dreams, immediately caught my attention. She was small, underestimated, and often told she couldn't succeed, but she never stopped believing in herself. Watching her made me think about my own journey, learning, teaching, and sometimes doubting myself, but still moving forward. As the story continued, I laughed at the funny scenes, especially when Nick Wilde appeared. His humor was light and smart, and his conversations with Judy were full of energy. While watching them talk, argue, and slowly understand each other, I realized how natural and real the dialogue felt. Even though it was an animated movie, the English was clear, expressive, and full of emotion. I found myself listening closely to how the characters spoke, how they showed confidence, doubt, excitement, and fear just through their voices. It reminded me how powerful listening can be when learning English, especially through movies. One moment that really stayed with me was when Judy faced failure and felt disappointed in herself. Sitting in the dark cinema, I felt connected to her emotions. We all have moments when we try our best and still feel like it's not enough. The movie didn't hide those feelings, and that honesty made it even more beautiful. At the same time, Zootopia didn't feel heavy or sad. It balanced serious messages with humor, warmth, and hope. I laughed again when the sloths appeared at the DMV, speaking so slowly that the entire theater burst into laughter. It was one of those moments when you forget everything else and just enjoy the shared joy with people around you. As the movie went on, I noticed how easily I understood the English without translating every word in my head. Because I was focused on the story, the characters, and the emotions, the language flowed naturally. This made me realize something important. When we enjoy what we listen to, learning becomes effortless. I wasn't studying vocabulary or grammar, but I was learning tone, rhythm, and real expressions without pressure. It felt like English was not a subject, but a part of life, just like laughter, curiosity, and friendship. By the time the movie reached its ending, I felt inspired and warmed inside. The message about believing in yourself, breaking stereotypes, and working together stayed with me. When the credits rolled and the lights slowly came back on, I didn't rush to leave. I sat there for a moment, thinking about how a simple movie could make me feel so refreshed. Walking out of the cinema, I noticed that my mood was lighter, my thoughts clearer, and my energy renewed. The world outside felt brighter, almost like I was still carrying a little piece of Zootopia with me. On the way home, I replayed some scenes in my head and even repeated a few lines quietly to myself, smiling at how natural it felt. I realized that going to the cinema wasn't just entertainment for me that day. It was a reminder that learning English doesn't always have to be serious or structured. Sometimes it can happen when you least expect it, while you are laughing, relaxing, and enjoying a good story. Zootopia showed me that language, like life, is full of color, emotion, and connection. That night, before going to bed, I thought about how important it is to give ourselves time to enjoy simple pleasures. Watching a movie, listening to characters speak, and feeling their emotions can be a powerful way to grow, not only in language skills, but also in confidence and happiness. I fell asleep with a smile, grateful for that small decision to go to the cinema, and knowing that sometimes the best lessons come from moments when we simply let ourselves enjoy the experience. And that's my story about going to the cinema to watch Zootopia. A simple day, a simple movie, but a meaningful reminder that learning and joy can always go hand in hand.